into this journey called life. And everybody, we're all going through this journey called life. We're just giving some great insight from us on ways you can get through or things that you may have to overcome as you journey. All right, so today, my lovely husband Charlie, I'm Tori. He has a great topic for you, and we're going to keep it real. We're going to open that thing up, and then we want you to comment and let us know what you think as well.
Yes, man. I want y'all to hit that like and subscribe button for me. Today we're going to talk about freedom. I love that new Meek Mill song with Jay-Z and Rick Ross. You know what I mean? The idea of freedom for coming from working for somebody, having your own business and being your own boss, and having the ability to create your own schedule and to be able to have time for your kids and your family without somebody else snatching and taking it away from you. Make you mentally feel trapped and inside a plantation all over again, but in a newer model. I feel like when you're on this journey called life, our goal has to be independency and to be able to find our true calling. We just watched the movie with Kevin Hart, and he was experiencing different things and trying to figure out what was his calling. And I think in life, that's what we got to do, you know what I'm saying, to be able to really enjoy life, enjoy our family, and just get a pizzazz to life. You know what I mean? Not to be our soul ripped out of our body by trying to please somebody else that's not going to be there for us in those tough and rough moments. You feel what I'm saying? So, like me, I always feel like freedom is the key to life.
I think it's very important. So when we're talking about freedom, we're talking about the ideal, being driven. Some people that we've met along the way, we find that, people just don't have a drive to want more. That is like a problem in 2019. When I look at the generation that we're living in, I wonder what happened. How did we get to a place where, your only desire is to make it through high school? There has to be more than that, and then when you do, get out of high school, your desire is to work for a company where you're probably going to make them millions of dollars, and at the end of the day, you're going to spend a lot of time away from your kids. You're not going to have time for yourself, and it becomes draining. I know for a fact when I was working jobs that really were not able to meet the needs that we had or that I had, it was like torture to get up every morning and go to work. I'm working, probably at that time I was working at a particular restaurant, and I'm working 40, 50 hours a week and still not having enough to pay my bills. That mentally did something to me because it felt like I was giving all of my time, all of my energy, spending time away from my kids, and it still wasn't enough. That's being a slave again. It's being trapped again. It's being in bondage. And we're talking about being free. So first question today that we want you to answer is, number one, are you complacent? Like, have you gotten to a place in your life where what you think and you look around, is that good enough? The next thing I know that, he was just touching on a little bit is, are you driven? Do you want more? Do you want more? It's just, those two things, it's either you become comfortable where you are and you don't want more, or you don't even know what more is. Like, he was talking earlier, he was just telling me about somebody who was basically comfortable in a lackluster position. It's like, oh, wait a minute. We've got to want more, right?
Yeah, that's the whole key to life, you know what I mean? I see a lot of people that, when you hang around the wrong type of people and have the wrong crowd around you, you can have the most amazing idea. Let's do books, let's do movies, let's do that. But you have all these negative people that's trapped in that. Let's sell drugs, let's do something negative, let's rob. And then your spirit becomes that because you are allowing those people to persuade you into the wrong way. And that's another definition of you getting your freedom taken away by the justice system. And you back in that circle all over again. So we gotta, as people, become strong. That's why when you're raising kids, you gotta always teach them. Yeah, you can have a little job right now, but your goal is to have your own business and try to journey on your own and do your own thing. Because that's the definition of freedom, not being trapped in somebody else's system, making them a bunch of money when you can make it for yourself. Because we all intelligent and smart people. We just gotta put the effort in to become great.
Which brings us to our next question. He just touched on it. So I would personally ask someone, or even as you're raising your kids and you're looking at, what you're having and what you're experiencing, who's in your circle? Like, who is in your circle? One thing that, that was poured into me as I was growing is you need to have people that are doing better than you, that are pouring into you. Because if you have people that are like not on the same level that you are, how can they help you? How can they pull you up? If you're always the one that's giving out the advice to your circle, that would lend the idea that you're probably the one that has the most level of wisdom. So you need to go to another circle where you are probably at the bottom of that tier and everybody else can pour into you and pull you up to another level of thinking. You need positivity. One thing about the movie we were just watching, as he was talking about, there was a painting in the movie. And when everybody looked at the painting, they found something positive to say about it. They kind of paused and looked at it and was like, but finding people that will see the good in even your painting that may be thrown together, because you'll meet people that will look at something that you poured your heart into and they'll find something negative to say. Oh, I don't like the color. Like, that's all you could have said. Like, you need people in your, and when you see that happening over time and it's, consistent with that person, and whenever you talk to them, they've always got something negative, that's somebody that you don't have to throw out, but you probably need to love from a distance, because they're not driving you. You need to have people in your circle that are going to make you feel positive. You know what I'm saying? That they're not draining and pulling the life out of you, because that right there is going to keeping you trapped as well. Now you're becoming trapped in a cycle of negativity because you're not, strong enough to loose yourself from the bondage of people's opinion over you.
That was beautifully said, man. That's all I got to say on that topic, man. But I love that y'all came in and joined in with us, and we appreciate y'all time. I wish y'all a blessing and an amazing day.
Well, that's our topic today. So let us know, free or slave. How do you feel about the topic of being free? Where do you see yourself? And we want to know. Put it in the comments for us, because we want to let you know that on this journey called life, you've got to be at a place where, number one, you're driven. Number two, you're not complacent. And number three, you check your circle. You check your circle at the door. Like, if they're always negative, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because I need positive vibes only. All positive vibes 2019. So, we always say we want you to love God, love life, and don't forget to love the journey.
So.